Hi, my name is Mr. Gregonis, and today I'm going to show you how to use the belt sander and the disc sander in a safe manner. Before I give my instruction, I'd like to tell you how this machine works. To turn the machine on, you flip this switch up in the air. To turn it off, you push it down. This machine has one motor that turns the disc, hence why this is called a disc sander, and also turns the belt, hence why this is called a belt sander, at the same time. So when the disc is turning, the belt at the top is turning as well, is moving as well, and vice versa. Before I give my safety instruction, I also want to point out that the safety rules for this machine can always be found within eye distance of the machine. The first safety rule that I have for you today is to operate only with the instructor's permission and after you've received instruction. After watching this video today, you will now have knowledge on how to operate this machine in a safe manner. The second rule that I have for you is to remove jewelry, eliminate loose clothing, and confine long hair. A couple of moments ago, I removed my watch. You want to make sure that you have no wristbands on, no rings, any type of jewelry that can get caught in the machine. No necklaces that dangle, anything of that nature. Also, make sure that you eliminate any loose clothing. You'll see that I've rolled my sleeves up today. You don't want to have any excessive clothing on. You don't want any jackets that have zippers, okay, that are opened. You want to make sure that if you have a jacket on, take your jacket off. If you have a hoodie on that's really baggy, you want to tuck in your drawstrings. Anything that is loose is susceptible to getting caught in the machine. You want to confine any long hair as well. What that means is, for both males and females, if you have hair below your shoulder, you need to tie your hair back with a hair tie. Rule number 3. Make sure all guards are in place and operating correctly. On this machine, the only guard is this guard in the back here. Rule number 4. Always use proper eye protection. Rule number 5, keep your hands and fingers away from abrasive surfaces. Hold work carefully, but do not apply excessive pressure. These are the two abrasive surfaces on this machine. They're similar to a nail file, but they move very quickly and can do a lot of damage. So you want to make sure that your hands and fingers are away from these surfaces and located in a safe area. Typically about 2 to 3 inches away from the abrasive surfaces. You also do not want to apply a lot of pressure. The sandpaper is a rough texture to it. You want the sandpaper to do the work. If you're pushing too hard on this machine, that usually means that the sandpaper is worn out and it's time to change the belt or disc. Rule number 6, if the belt is torn or loose, get the instructor. If you see any holes in the belt, any fraying in the belt, then you want to make sure the instructor knows that so that the belt can be changed. Rule number 7, do not use the edge of the disc or belt. This area right here is not an area that you want to sand on. If you sand on that area, you could fray the edge of the belt and damage the belt so that later it could possibly break off. Rule number 8, sand only on the downside of the disc. The disc spins And when you're sanding, you want to make sure you sand on the left side of the disc. If you sand on the right side of the disc, that is the upside, your material can fly up in the air and injure you. If you sand on the downside of the disc, it will always push the material down onto the table. That's the safe way to sand with a disc sander. Always sand on the downside of the disc. Rule number 9, do not hold your work against the abrasive surface in one location. You want to move the work slightly back and forth while you're sanding. As you can see here, someone has held the work in one location. What that does is it clogs up the abrasive surface of the disc, which means you can't sand on that surface anymore. You want to make sure that you move the material back and forth slightly and on the downside of the disc while you're sanding. This also prevents your material from getting burned because there's a lot of friction here. If you hold it in one location, that friction can burn your material. Rule number 10, always rest your work on the table or fence. This is the table. This is also a table. When you're using the disc sander, always keep your work on this table. When you're using the belt sander, always make sure your work is against the table as well. And the last rule that I have for you today is only sand one item at a time. Keep all other items 5 feet away. You never want to try and sand multiple items at once. Keep your other items away at a good distance and only sand one item at a time. Thank you for your time, and I hope you follow all of these rules when you're in the lab. If you do, you will create a safe environment not only for yourself, but others around you. Thank you.